So everyone, the thing to remember when people are triggered and when people are angry or upset or frustrated or very stressed with us, obviously then that triggers us because we're empaths and we feel it. But second of all, it triggers unhealed trauma and upsets from our past that haven't been triggered, haven't been healed yet, or integrated, or let go of and healed and grown. But the thing is, what I want to encourage in this video is to remember that when someone else is triggered, they're fragile, and when we're triggered, we're fragile. And people don't often mean bad. People often mean well, and we mean well. And especially in relationships, people want to be happy together. They want to get on well. So the thing is to remember, ask or to invite, and say to them even, listen, we want the same thing. We love it when we get on well and we're happy together. We want to be at peace and in love instead of at war or in hate or frustration. Let's work together. Let's try and do this together to integrate and recognize our triggers, to take accountability and responsibility for our own emotions and words and reactions and behaviors, to try and make amends, or at least say we'll learn from the mistake and we will do better in the future. Talk about ourselves, because one way I've done all of these mistakes, and that's why I'm generally pretty good at relationships for the most part, at least compared to a lot of humans and how I used to be, because I've made tons of mistakes. So one thing I'd recommend is definitely don't talk too much about another person's mistakes. Spend way more time talking about yourself. So let's say you want someone else to change, don't talk about them changing. Talk like for 9/10 of the time about you changing. To say stuff like, you know, I want to change. I want to be willing and open to listen and learn. Like, I'm not just someone who wants to come telling you what to do or saying how you should change or what mistakes you've made. Like, I want to talk about my mistakes. I want to recognize and look at my own behavior. I don't want to just blame you. I want to look at me and take responsibility and accountability. So instead of saying you did this to me and you're wrong and bad and I feel the way I do because of you, we can say part of it's because of you because I'm empathic, so it's both of our responsibilities. But ultimately the deepest empowerment is, and all of my triggers as well are all 100% really down to me, and it's something that I'm working on and that I want to take responsibility and accountability for, which means I say it's not your fault, I'm not blaming you, it's coming from within me and my past. And I recognize that I or you are fragile when we're hurting and in pain. And I want us to be kind and gentle and loving and take responsibility and accountability for our own reactions, behaviors and words, but take part responsibility for the energy and the atmosphere we give out, which affects other people empathically, because we're all energy sensitive. But that's the second most important thing. The most important thing is about primary, foundational, fundamental accountability and responsibility for our own emotions, instead of saying you made me feel really angry, it's your fault, I'm upset because of you, you know, all that sort of stuff. I'm upset because of you made me angry, it's your fault. So none of that. I try and speak nicely. The last thing I want to say, which is a huge tip, is talk quietly. Interrupt less. And when you do interrupt or talk about your own things you're working on, because that totally diffuses other people, I've learned. It really makes them soften up and relax, and then use other people's hurt and pain as an invitation to love them more. So then you'd be more loving to them. So be more lovey-dovey or complimentary or kind or positive words to them, instead of criticisms, which is usually what happens in arguments and fights and hurts and upsets. Whether or not it's nearly always trigger related from our past, childhood and teenage stuff that we haven't integrated yet. So yeah, that's what I want to say. So I hope this video helped you. Fragile, accountability and responsibility, an invitation to love deeper and love more when someone's upset, and talk quieter, and then what was the last thing, the first thing? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So remember those key points, and I promise you, if you do these, and you have to keep practicing them consistently, and I'd watch this video more than once, my friends, it'll truly help you in your life and your relationships. I promise you, it'll transform them, because it transforms mine. It's taken me years to learn this, and this is really good, lovely free gift of a video to you, because people pay for this and people sell this stuff. So yeah, I just mean that in a positive way, to appreciate really deeply the gift that's being offered here, and just to take it with both hands and happily receive it, you know. It's a free gift. I love free gifts. Lots of love, have a nice day. Thanks for listening. Hugs and kisses. An invitation to love more. Hugs, kisses, love, kindness, friendship, praise, acts of service.